Hey, Andrea, we are going to give you some feedback on your week 3 images. And yep, that's it. We're going to give you some feedback.
Okay, I love where your like vantage point is with this. Like I
Yes.
feel like I am like in this, pool water thing with her, which I absolutely love. So I think this is really, really great. I think it's exposed nicely.
Nicely. Yeah, I really like the colors.
I do too. I don't know, like I feel like I really like this bottom one where the water is like really in focus. A little bit more than you kind of picked this one with the foot. And this one almost seems like kind of cool if we had gotten the whole foot in. Like I love the way the water is splashing right through here. And I'm sure you were like freaked out about your camera getting wet. So like kudos to you for really getting in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the first and the last one. I
Yeah.
think I really like the shadow of her hand on the yellow part. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
great job for getting this point of view on there because it's just something not quite as literal. So
and I love that I can see like her painted toenails. She's got
yeah,
glitter on her toes.
yep,
Yeah,
great job.
all of the colors.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another contact sheet. Of the highlighted shoes.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide which one I would pick.
I feel like I would pick this one or maybe even this last one, and just pull it up a little bit because it's like I'm liking the movement of the skirt here. And seeing here this movement of the legs and the hand.
Yeah.
I think are really nice. I mean, you could have easily, like you're at 6'3", you could have went like 4'5", just to pull up some more light.
Yeah.
I do love the chaos of the room, all of the stuff in it. Let's see. Okay, and then we've got a few more. So, like this is nice. Even this one I like.
Yeah, I like the way her legs are bent in that third one.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, and so you picked this. Yeah. Which I do. I love the bend of the legs. I love the bit of the hand here.
Yeah, I really like the hand.
Love all the stuff on the floor.
The Lincoln logs. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta minimize your lens. Sorry, I can't see your face.
I think there's a few of these that I really like the last one on the first row, the last one on the second row, maybe even the first one on the third row.
And then like the second one on the fourth row, like I like seeing the dad peeking around.
Right.
But when you get to the last two, it's sort of like the arm chop is a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the way these are lit. And that they're kind of dark and moody. I'm looking still. Sorry. I'm getting
you're okay. I do
drawn in.
Yeah. I mean, I love your shooting through of the moment. I love your I love how close you're getting, in the frame because all of these really help me feel like I am like there. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So this is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see which one you picked.
And good job for upping your ISO on these. Heck yeah.
And then
the camera.
Yep. I mean, you definitely still you could have still maybe went, 3-2 or something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I kind of like, one of these two, the second row. Yeah. And then I do like how tight you are here. I like the hand plate. Yeah. And then the flip around, where you're shooting from behind the dad. So you're really working the angle really well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, I think this is I feel like this is a loud, I think you were trying for the right moment and loud environment, but I feel like this is somewhat of a loud moment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like everything, like even the laundry basket and the whatever the round thing is on
The
the floor.
magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the use of the rule of thirds. I love seeing Dad's hands in the foreground.
And again, I like the light in this. Like
Yeah.
it's not, is it ideal, optimal lighting? No,
No.
but this is where your kid is getting dressed. She's not getting dressed in ideal, optimal lighting. So, but yet you were still able to tell this story beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
So great job.
Okay, and this is quiet moment in loud environment. And I think you said you were struggling on how to compose this. I feel like you did a pretty good job with this sort of split composure. I know that you were trying to get the people like walking through the frame and then the quiet moment. I might have, I don't know if you could have had like cut out all of this, you know, and if that meant that you were, I don't know, stepping forward a little bit and angling down a little bit. I'm not quite sure, to kind of get both of those. But I mean, I love this line through here and all of these lines. And I love seeing the people walking through the airport. I love the quiet place that you were definitely in a quiet place because no one is there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. If you could have moved forward and got her to where she, like, so you would have eliminated a lot of the furniture and yet still had the people, but I don't know if that was a possibility. Airports are such a cool place to photograph in because the architecture there is just nice.
And I think they always really have a lot of light. Like I feel like they have a lot of windows.
Yeah.
So when you said you really liked the light in this, I totally agree. I mean, I love this moment between, you know, daughter and dad. I do like this REM light that you kind of have going around, and this dreamy, you know, light all through here is really nice. You know, and I keep on saying how, I mean, I love how close you're getting to your subjects. You know, you're really getting us in there. So this is, I really love this. You could have still, I mean, you probably could have like cropped tighter. We don't need to see all Dad's back and stuff, you know, but I do love this, his hand right here. This.
Yeah. I like the lines that they're creating. And I really like how close and like, just like Angela was saying, how close and like intimate you're getting with them, because that totally makes us feel like we are there.
Yeah. Like just, and the highlights all through here, really, really pretty. Okay. I think you did a really good job, even though these are really tight. So I know back here is all the people waiting and frustrated to get on the plane. So I think you did a really great job at like showing this little kid just being like, I'm having a blast.
Right.
I don't care what you guys are doing. I'm kind of doing my own thing. I feel like I kind of like this one, you know, where the hand and feet are out of the frame a little bit. And so this is one of those times that you could have gotten probably a little bit closer to her and had the people in the background in focus and her out of focus to really, you know, show that depth in that story, because we're going to know that it's a little girl on a, you know, a ride kind of being crazy. But because of the distance, you know, like literal physical distance between the little girl and the people in the background, even with it big, they're secondary. And I think that juxtaposition is something that should really be shown.
Yeah, I even like the ones with the slinky pulled across the frame.
I do too. Like the last one, right?
Yeah, the last one. Yeah, the way it droops, it just leads your eyes to her, and then I think you see the people then, which I think is nice. Yeah, I mean, man, I love a good slinky. Yeah, slinky shots are fun. Yeah, I mean, even slinkies are fun. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I like, so you definitely got tighter with her playing with the slinky, and I can still see all the people waiting in the background. And then thinking about sorry, I'm like squinting and like getting like super close to my computer. So like, I'm like literally, I've hid you.
Well, I'm over here like Mr. Magoo with like, I need like bifocals or something. I don't know. Okay.
Because like the juxtaposition of the waiting and patient parent, adults with the kid who's just like time is irrelevant is such a huge part of this story, like, and I love this one where she's got her hands through it, and the way that her hands are through it. So the movement through here is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And great job for photographing this in the middle of all the stress, because I would be a total stress ball at this point and been like, just whatever. Like I would not have probably had my camera out at this point. So kudos to you for photographing this after the adventure you guys had already had.
Oh my gosh. So that's so interesting, because my husband at something like this would be like, Angela, you can't do anything about it, right. And then I would just be like, okay, you're right. And then I would just sit there and like eat and take pictures. Like that's what I would do.
I would just eat.
Yeah.
And drink coffee and then been in a wired spaz. So
definitely coffee. Hold on. Girls. I love
this. And I love that you included the baby doll.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I have buckled in. Like I feel like
I think so, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the baby doll just really adds to the frame, because she's just like staring off. You're getting eye contact. We're kind of from the baby doll, but not from the child.
Yeah. Well, I feel like this is an easy shot to get, like, in that lots of parents take this shot, but the baby doll adds a whole nother element to it. So, and it gives it more interest and depth.
Yeah, it really, really does. I mean, it balances out, I love the movement. I love like the way her lips are sort of puckered up. This is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you talked about how like this is all wrong, but you love it. I absolutely love it.
I love it. Yeah.
I think that this is, after the story you said, like this is exactly what it would feel like. Like we've been waiting around forever. We're like, we were supposed to be, at our destination 8 hours ago, and we're all tired and delirious. Yes, this feels tired and delirious.
Yeah, I agree. And that's probably why you love this shot, Andrea, is because it very much reminds you of what that felt like.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would totally be in my like keepers of
for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Really great week.
All right. Awesome job.
Okay. Bye. Hey, Sue.
Hey, Sue. I'm going to give you some feedback on week 4. I can't believe we're at week 4. Yeah.
We were just saying, we're like, oh my gosh, this like the 4 weeks have really flown by.
It really has. It really has.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because this is a photo story, is I'm sorry, I've got to get my laptop on my lap. Is I'm just going to scroll through them, and then we can kind of talk about them as a whole. Okay, Linz?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry for some smaller. Okay, look, I had to do a little bigger.
Okay, the hiccups.
Okay. I'm just going through them one more time.
Yep.
And this is twice. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. So I feel like we definitely have a wide. I think we have a moment. I think we have a portrait. I don't feel like I think one thing I see that we're missing is details.
Yep. And that as well.
Yep. And that could have been as easy as when she's tying her tap shoes, is getting really tight and getting the tie of that, or putting on her ballet shoes, those sorts of things.
Yep.
Like I really, really love this moment. I think
I really like this image.
Beautiful. Yep. And I think it's lit really well. Like this is a little. Yeah. But I mean, all of this is so beautiful. I would just go in and do I might even try and crop it a little bit.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me mute myself to tell my kids to be quiet.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they're so loud. I think this is like a really great moment. And I know, like, as someone who photographs dancers all the time, like photographing through the window and, stuff like that is always a struggle.
Always difficult. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this with the teacher.
I do too. And if it's something that you really like, sometimes I ask the studio if I can photograph and they allow me to be, come inside, and I just allow them to use marketing materials and all that other stuff. And that's also because I love dancers. And I mean, I love sort of like this repetition of them learning from her.
Yeah.
Is really
dance is like super fun to get repetition and mirroring. It's a great place to practice those things.
Yeah. And then I really love the use of the mirror in this frame. I think we've got good subject separation between everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it's exposed nicely.
Yeah.
It's got good movement.
I really like the layers in this one.
I do too.
Because if you have more than one child, you always have one that is just
watching.
Yeah.
I
really like this story in this one.
I do too. Really do so much. And I sort of love these girls. Like, you've got these girls learning, and what are these girls doing?
Talking.
You're like,
Yeah. I really like this one too.
Yeah, I do too. And I think for this last one, like, you compose this nicely. Like, this is composed well.
Yeah.
And then this is just a really super sweet like portrait of all of them. Like, I love the different leotards, and they're smiling, and this little girl's tutu.
Yeah. Good moment shot.
I love them jumping over the sort of ball. I love this little girl in the background too. And I don't know if you could have moved over to where this little girl was either framed in between them or framed over here, because I think that this is a nice added part of the story. When you're doing dance classes, a lot of times you have that one person, they're going across the floor and they're practicing their grand jetés, and then other people are watching, or you're waiting in line to kind of go. Is always, at least a big thought of dance for me. Yeah. I mean, really nice lines. Love the moment in this. I would go back
to the concentration. I was gonna. It's
a little slanted.
I like the concentration on the first kid versus the juxtaposition of the second kid, who's like, I'm just here to have a good time. I know this already.
Well, and like one girl's in, like, I would call this sur le cul, which is like not quite passe, but it's like wrapped around the ankle. And the other girl's doing is like in motion for her, like, tendu, which is kind of cute. And then the end, like, I really love the triangle that you've built through here, and the shoes and the bag and all of this. Would like to see, like, I wish the tap shoes were still out. Like, you had gotten this like a moment or two before this. So I know that she's at dance and not just, leaving gymnastics or any of those other things. Yeah. But I think the light is nice. And I like that she's like mid yawn, she's exhausted. She just finished ballet class.
Yeah, great storytelling in that whole series.
Okay, and I absolutely love this. I mean,
this is summer. Quintessential summer. I mean,
I love the colors in this. I love that this little kid has them on their eyeballs, and this one's eating it, and this one's like really, really scared of the knife. Like, we'll get that, like, keep that away from me. But knife in hand too, right here, know.
Just
I really finish cutting so I can cut, like. And I can see like all of this in the background too. This is really beautiful. Really great shot here. Okay, nice job, Sue.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer. Okay, super glad that you feel like you have found your home. That is super meaningful to us as instructors, because wow, that's all I'm going to say about that.
And I can remember when I after, I feel like it was like taking 1 or 2 classes and I was like, oh, this is who I am. Like, this is what I want to do. And like, after that, I was just like, reading everything, taking classes, like just like really pushing so I could get stronger, at my craft, and loved it so much. So we're really excited for you. You're in a good place.
Yep. Very excited.
Yes. I love this image. I love the layers of this. I love that you did not focus on the boy in the foreground. I think you focused on the girl in the background. So, and I love the movement of him.
Yeah, I really like the moment.
His
and the light on him too. Yeah.
Yeah. And is he like holding? Like,
that's what I was trying to figure out. Is he holding the sign?
Like running and holding?
I guess he has to be, right?
Yeah, because he's behind the sign.
Behind it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this. Is a great, like, this is where we are, scene setter type image.
Yeah. Really, really nice. Okay, and then we're going to look through these, and then we're going to just go back and talk about them.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to talk about transition images too, is that like sometimes because, you have like dad walking to school and dad waiting for school, picking up the son, and then walking and then tighter. Like sometimes your transition image could be just the background, but even this sometimes can be a transition image, or this could be a transition image. And in like, I love seeing dad walk alone by himself. I think this is really great lines. I think this is framed nicely. I love that I can see his mask on and his phone in the pocket. I think it's exposed beautifully. And then I love how you photographed this.
Yeah, I like your composition of this.
Yeah. Of dad waiting, this is nice. And then I love the meet,
Me
like
too.
I love the teacher coming out, this other little kid.
Yeah.
The sort of like them, the together. And then you have the walk. And then you have this image and this image, which are telling the same exact thing. So that's when I know I've got this, or I pick this. And then maybe like I get, like, I do love these little leaves right here. Like to me, that's a sign of fall. So that, or like I would have like, like this little sticker right here, snack in here or something like that. Like I love that little detail of it. I think it's just, I don't know, something about snack in here. I don't know. I really love that detail. So that's when I go through and I just get little detail.
Yeah.
I mean, and I always am a huge fan of the shoot through of this through the images. Like this is always, I think this is a great way to tell the story because I can see their backpacks and I know that, dad's holding his hand, like all of this is really nice. And then I really love that you're in the frame here.
Yep. That was my thoughts. Exactly. I really love that she's in the
I
frame.
wish you were in the frame here too, because I think you are a part of this story. It's not just dad, it's both of you guys, going together. So sometimes thinking about ways to put yourself in the frame in multiple places, but I mean, this is so great. Like I love seeing your toes. I love seeing the backpack. See, it says snack, like something here. Like I love this. I love the mask on the floor. I think this is lit beautifully. It's composed nicely.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I think you did a really great job.
I think so too.
Yeah. And you can do this again, 5 days a week if you want. And you could have an entire year of walking to pick up your son from school.
Right. There you go. Yep. And you could actually still get another one of the detail shots like Angela was talking about and stick it in the story.
And how cool would it be to see like what this looks like in a month? Is this even there in a month? Like, is it half ripped off and then it's completely disappeared, or like, what does the backpack look like, when the school year's over? Like those little things I always really love to show the progression of time.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Awesome job.
Yeah. See ya. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Annie.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke. All right, Annie, we're gonna give you some feedback on your last assignment. Womp womp womp.
Okay, so she's talked about these being her single image, you know, like single, oh my gosh, single story in it. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
And she asked us to weigh in on which one we like better. And I agree, like this is really hard to choose.
It is hard to choose because they're both telling the same story yet different.
Yeah. Like I
love, think they both work really well.
I think so too. Like I love the hot dog. And what are they wearing? I mean, I love this so much.
Yeah.
And like I love like he's got the hand in his mouth, you know, like just those little bits.
Yeah.
But then I love this line of kids.
I love the line. Yeah.
The line of kids is just
so I think they both totally work. Like, because in the first one, I like how close and clear and simple the two are, and but yet in the other one, I love that line of kids. Like
I do think this tells more of them being at the movie theater. They might not necessarily be at the movie theater right here, you know, but right here, you know, for sure this is a movie theater, you know, so I do think that there is something to say about that.
I agree.
They wanted to dress up for the Paw Patrol movie. I mean, just like super.
How amazing is that? Like,
in love.
And the fact that you have photos of this for when they're 18.
Yeah. Graduation blackmail.
Yes. 100%. Yep.
Oops. Okay. So the story was
soccer week, right? The first soccer deal.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this.
Love the light.
Yeah. And the moment of like, you know, the cleats on, the shin guards, the soccer ball, like we're going to soccer.
And he just looks so content about it all. Like he's not nervous. He's just pleased, you know.
And this is like a great opening image. Like this tells me exactly
everything
what the story is going to be about.
Yep.
And then I love, you know, you've got a nice wide here. I think when we look through, so you have this one, and then I would consider this one kind of a wide, this one a wide, and this one a wide, and this one. You have a lot of images that I think are saying the same thing.
Yep. I feel like you could have done away with this one because I think I like the other one better.
I mean, I think to me, this is my favorite.
I really like that one. Yeah.
And I think if you had just waited with this moment just a little bit, because this moment is so darling to have,
I agree.
You know, even if you just move to the right a bit, so this kid isn't like merging, but all of the layers, like this guy's over here giving him a powwow. These guys are walking over here. This guy's walking over here. This guy's just sitting on his butt. I don't know what he's doing. The water bottles. Like there's so much going on in this image that I really, really love it. So to me, this would be like my wide scene setter.
And then that one.
I love this one. I love the red face.
Yes,
you know?
I do too.
I
love the eye contact.
Yes. Like, you know, and just the little perch, like I just finished drinking, you know, and this I would consider like my portrait, you know, like
I agree.
I would totally keep this one. This one, I'm also like, I feel like all of the others are a little bit more about soccer on the field than this one.
So this one feels a little bit out of place. Although I know he was supposed to be playing soccer, but I know that, I mean, he was supposed to be practicing. I know that from reading it in the forum. And the sister took over. So I get that, but
I get that
for the first week of soccer, like I feel like this one feels a little bit out of place.
Yeah. And I love this moment so much.
Too. This is a great moment.
Composed beautifully. I really love the light. You know,
I agree.
And then, so this is not Dad, this is Coach. I had asked that in the forum. I really enjoy this too. I
love the scale of this.
Yes, I do too. I love, he's so small and he's, you know, so tall, and I love, where is everybody? You know, I love like the empty soccer field. Like this would totally be a keeper for me in this series too. And then like for some of these, you know, I might try to see if I can get some sort of panning or some blur for some action with all of this that's going on. And then like this, if I could get tighter, I would
Yep.
so want to be as
That
tight
was going to
as I could.
be my, to get, all right. So if you get tighter, we're going to be able to read that emotion that they're doing way faster.
Yeah.
And we're going to feel that emotion. So that's why we suggest getting in tighter on this particular moment, because it would allow us to read that emotion really quickly.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if you can get close or not close.
Right.
Sometimes these things you can only get so close. And sometimes like you're at 70 millimeters. Maybe this is as far, maybe your longest lens is at 70 millimeters. So then you're trying to work on getting tights on the sidelines, and then trying to tell the story other ways. Like, and even thinking about, when you do this, like, hold on, let me see, maybe this one. Like not even getting their bodies, just cropping like a bunch of little legs, kicking a soccer ball around. This makes me
super cute. Yeah.
I mean, really, really great job. These are, I mean, I can't not say anything, but I really, really love it so much. So really good job. Okay.
Yep. Awesome week.
See y'all.
Hey, Tanya, we're going to give you some feedback on your week or images.
Okay, so this is her single image, single story image. Which I really love. Like, I didn't know that they, like they did this, like, because in the US we don't put this big L on the students, like learners on the cars, which I think is such a smart thing to do. They totally should do this on all.
Yeah, they totally should.
Because it makes everyone drive different around these kids, I mean, it is a really great thing to be aware of. So I think this is a really great, like, single image. I like sort of the split composure. I like that I can see her hands putting it up through.
I like the reflection of the clouds too.
And I love the dog, like peeking in through here.
Yeah.
So I think it's really nice. And I can't see her face at all. I don't mind that at all. Like, I think this ambiguousness is nice with it.
Yep. Even like the fence back there.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a photo story about her daughter wanting to learn how to fix a fuse in her motorbike. I mean, I wish my daughters would like to do this. We just discussed this. Okay, so let's just look through them all. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then we're back to that one.
Okay.
Actually, let's go a little slower. Okay.
All right. I feel like you got a nice variety of images in this story. I really like this one.
Yeah, I think this is a great wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great scene setter.
And I like sort of the, you've got some framing going on, within here, and then another kind of layer of framing. I like being able to see sort of the palm trees back here.
I like being able to see the stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a really simple way to just square up and compose just the inside of like the garage. But I do like being able to see all, the area around it.
And it's exposed nicely. I like that they're in action. There's definitely movement on there.
Yep.
And then I think this is a great detail,
Yep, I agree.
And so you think the focus should have been on her face instead of, I think the focus is here. Actually, I don't mind the focus here at all, because I think this is where the movement is.
And normally I would be like the focus police and been like, oh, it should be on her eyes. But no, I think it's totally fine on her hands here. Because the light is on her hands, and her hands is like what she's doing is really the focus of this story. And her face and eyes are kind of secondary, and she's not looking like, it's not straight on to her face.
Yeah. But because it's secondary, we still can tell she's concentrating.
Right.
Not like she's in the shadow enough,
Right. Yeah.
And I agree. I mean, I think the light is adding to where the focus should be. I mean, I think you did a really great job of like where you cropped her arm right here.
Yep.
I think this is really, really nice through here.
Yep.
So I like that you'd already squared up once, and now you're getting like your visual variety is nice. So you're a little
very nice.
I'm not sure what they're looking at, but through the other story, I know they're working on a bike. So I'm sure it's some like bike car part, it's something.
Right. Yeah.
I like her hands,
Yeah. What is wait, go back. She asked a question at the top of that. Here they are checking out tiny fuses they need to replace. Is this an establishing shot or introducing characters?
Kind of. I think I would want to see his face a little bit more if it was an establishing shot.
Yep, I agree.
So if you had, maybe probably squared up just a little bit more, and maybe even gotten, because I like all of this in it too.
Yeah.
But just a little bit more. And I think the story is about both of them and not just about her. So
I agree.
He should be in it. I think this is a really great vertical. I love seeing him in the back of the frame and all of the stuff.
Yeah, I love all the tools. Yeah, this is a nice vertical.
Yeah, and the movement of the arm here. Yeah. And then they can't go buy new fuses as we're in lockdown. And I know her back is turned, but I couldn't get this shot the other way. I did try through the other window, but it still felt so dark. I don't mind that her back is turned at all. I mean, I love like Dad here in the.
I really love where you place Dad.
Yeah, I love his hands on his hips. I love that he's pushing her. I love the trunk and the coffee
and the hood. I love that the trunk and the hood are both open.
Like all of these like little details of it are really great. Yeah, I mean, and I think you've created a really nice triangle through here. Yeah, and I think because like this is a story, so we can see what her face looks like in some of the other images. Having this image with the back is fine, because it's in a series of images. So thinking about those things that sometimes if you're doing a one shot might not be okay, that in a story you have more freedom. And transition, the feet should have been in focus rather than at the wheel. I can see this as a transition. I feel like you're shooting down at them. And I wish a lot more that we were on the level to see like their, like Dad's dirty shoes. I love that she doesn't have like closed-toed shoes on in this too. So that, thinking about that, like I see you shooting down, like overhead, and then I see you getting wide. So thinking about just getting really low and getting on this level, and that gives us a whole different variety of shots too. So, okay, this was a really
good job, really nice story. Yeah,
I love it. Great week.
All right,
bye.
Hey, Anne, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment. Okay.
Hey, Anne.
I'm done crying now.
So, I love this exercise too, and I still do this, like always trying to make multiple images in a story all the time. I think this is a really great, like, single image story. You know, like, is he brushing his hair and like doing the flip?
Yeah, I can't tell if he's brushing his hair or is he blow drying his hair.
Maybe
I think he's blow drying his hair,
I mean,
which is like what Walker does too, which is like so funny.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I mean, I love the framing of his hair.
Yeah.
And then I love the person's hair is like the secondary too.
And I know I've said this before, but I just really love the way Anne documents her teens.
Me too. It made me literally have a conversation with Rose the other day. I was like, please stop putting your face up and allow me to photograph you. And she was like, well, Mom, you post bad ones on Instagram. And I was like, which ones? And then she goes through my Instagram and shows me like 6 pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Good. And I was like, what do you mean this is great? She's like, no, it's not. I look mad,
Right.
Whatever. And I was like, fine. And she's like, it's fine, Mom. She's like, I just, don't follow you, so my friends don't follow you.
There you go. That's funny.
Anyway, this is really great. I love this.
Yeah, this is really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exposed.
And it works really well in black and white too.
Yeah. Yeah. I am kind of curious as to what, like what is on this phone right here. Like for some, and like my Snoopy curiosity would love to know what's going on right there.
Yep.
Okay, so her daughter and friends made bracelets last week. So this was my story and several photos. So she didn't change her settings. I just changed her my composition, trying each time to get more of a compelling story. Okay, so we're just going to look through them once.
Okay. What a cool little place that lets you do this. Like, I'm assuming like this is like
we need one of those here.
Yeah, like instead of like a paint store, they have a bracelet, like a jewelry. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I think, I think this is a great detail shot. Of it. I guess the one thing about this detail shot is I wish you had a detail shot that was more tighter of the beads, because the story is about the beads.
Yeah.
And this, I'm not quite sure what it's about. Like it could be about flower arranging or, something else because of these little wire cutter things, So, thinking about that detail in it. I love the lines in this. I love seeing all of the bins of beads and stuff.
Yeah. And I like the way she is too.
I do too.
That's Yeah.
And I don't mind that I can't see her face at all. And again, we were just saying this with was it Tanya's session, is that when you're looking through, like when you're doing a story of images, it's not as important. Like you can have the back of somebody because we're getting all of this other information from multiple images.
Yep.
Yeah, see, and I love this.
I really love this one.
Yeah, this to me could easily be your establishing shot. Even though we can't see the people, we know
what the story is. Like we know that
beads and bracelets and are human beings there.
Yep.
Yeah,
I really like this one.
Yeah, I mean, because so you could start this with this and then move it on to this, as your second, which I think is also a really great one. I mean, I think everyone has great space.
Yep.
I like the light. I like all of this extra space over here. Do you feel like it's too weighted on the right?
A little bit.
Like maybe just just a little bit here. But I do like, I wouldn't lose too much. I do like these hanging from the ceiling and how this place is.
Yeah, because I like seeing how like quirky the place is. Like I like seeing all that, but it does feel a little bit heavy on the right.
Yeah. And then like nice detail, like you're getting tighter here. Which I like. Curious, did you use your brush for this?
I'm almost wish her right hand was down so that we could see the beads in her left hand. Yeah, but I do like how tight you're getting here.
Yeah. And this is another one I think you could have like squared up a little bit.
Yeah, it feels a little heavy. It feels heavy on the right. And I would like to see the girl in the middle more of her face.
Yeah, and not because this is too.
Yep. But there could have been, I guess, something on the other side there. I don't know.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really hard to lean across the table like that. Like sometimes that's where I'm like literally sticking my camera out. Like that.
Yep. But I like the moment in that.
And then I really love this. I mean,
I really love this.
Super wide. Again, like I almost like if I'd moved over to the right a bit, I love this. Like she's making a bead, she's looking.
Yeah.
She's just kind of hanging out. She's in, they're all doing their own little thing, but
they're all doing something.
Yeah. Which is really, really great.
This is such a fun little place.
I know. I need to talk to someone to open a business like this.
Yeah.
Here locally. So it's a great idea.
Yeah, because that's a great thing for teens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this story, Anne.
I do too. Like this is great.
And again, I love that you have all this access.
Yes.
Shopping stuff. All right.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, Jeannie, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
Bye. Okay, this place is really really cool.
Yeah, this is really cool, and I really love the lights.
And I really want to go there. Like, I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I think compositionally, I do wish there was some space in between all of these people, that you had just kind of waited a bit. So maybe this guy was here, and this, I love this moment of her. And I love this kid looking. So I don't know if maybe you'd moved to like the left or the right or any one of those to help kind of get that just a little bit more subject separation with them.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, but it's got really great lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just,
I really like the lights in this. Like, this is such a cool place.
Yeah. It's gonna go.
And she's really pushing, I feel like she's pushing her ISO, which I think is great.
Yep. Yeah, and you still could, I mean, and but it's hard because you're really using light and shadow through here. So exposing this is probably got to be a little bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for your story, we're just going to go through and look at them really fast, and then we'll talk through them.
Okay.
Okay, so it's about family barbecue. I love the concentration on this, you know, like I love seeing all of this. I wonder if you got a little lower so I could actually see his face. So you're shooting up just a little bit. I do wish I could see that look on his face of really trying to.
I like the little sparks.
To, you know, like light it.
Yeah.
I think it's exposed nicely.
Yeah.
I actually like the shallow depth of field with this.
I do too.
It works really well with this, you know.
Yeah. This I love.
Yeah.
Because I love her son's face and his hand gesture and the, you know, the placement of his lips. Like, I really love this.
I do feel like this is one I probably would be more of like 5'6". You know,
yeah, to get him more in focus.
I think the focus is here, and I think it should either be here or be here.
I agree.
You know, but like this whole moment we have is really
great. This is nice.
Like really great lines through here. Like everything is leading us to this section, which is exactly what you want.
Yep.
The little bits of extra, you know, like paper of trying to start a fire.
Yeah, I really like this shot.
And then this is like a really nice wide, you know, like this, you know, scene setter, like seeing this grill here, the double grills, you know, people kind of sitting down. I would have gotten a little lower so that these guys have a little bit more headspace.
Yeah. Yeah, but it gives us a nice sense of where this is going on. I really like this one.
I love this one. I feel like I'm with these girls. I love the sodas. I love the hand gesture. I love this girl on her phone.
Yep.
Yeah, this one is
like this is really good.
Yeah.
I like this one too.
I do.
I like the colors, the blue girl, the red shirt, the green shirt. I really like this one too. The fishing pole.
He's on his phone.
Yeah, he's probably taking a picture of what he's cooking. Yeah, this is nice.
Though I feel like it's a little slanted. It's just, you know, twist it just a smidge.
Yep. This is a nice detail. I almost wish that left hand was moved a little. It's
knuckles. Hands are so weird. And so sometimes even when I have like people and sometimes they're like this, it just looks like they have knuckles. And that's always like hands are hard. Yeah, hands are a pain.
This is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I love the picnic table here. I love this solitude. Again, I wish you had squatted down so that they're all up in the sky, you know, instead of here.
Yeah, because the horizon is going through, I guess it's her brother's head. And I wish that it wasn't. But I really like the scale of this. And I really like that you included the trees on the left because it just gives a little bit more.
Really nice lines, just really nice through. This is
beautiful frame. This is nice.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Deanna, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
How's it going? I hope you're having a good week. Okay, so this is the single image story. And I know you talked about the tree coming out of his head, which does not, I don't feel like it's coming out of his head at all. Now in the wintertime, it totally might, because there are no leaves, and trees in the wintertime are not my friend at all. I can't stand them. I love your vantage point from this. I love how you got low. I love that you focused on him and not on him. You know, and I think that adds a nice extra layer to the story. So I think that's really nice. I love this action, all of this that he's got going on.
I like that you included the other son in this and the way you use the layers in this. And I also like the lines of the fence going into the corner. So it gives us more depth there too.
And I think even where you got in this low angle, like we don't have at least kind of this going through, you know, like he's still framed nicely through here. So this is a really good job. Okay, so this is her series, and she said she included this because they walk to the barber shop.
Okay.
Which I love that you included this, that they are walking to the barber shop. I think you're right that that's a huge part of the story for you guys. Okay, Lindsay, I'm just going to go through them.
Okay.
I don't know why that one did like that. Sorry, just ignore that one. Sometimes my screenshot is bizarre. Okay. And so I don't really mind this being the back of the head. Do you mind this being the back?
No, I don't mind.
Because I think it shows that they're going somewhere. I don't know if if I was thinking about sequencing this would not be this would be a transition image. This would
it wouldn't be my
opening. Even though sometimes we want to go in chronological order. Sometimes we want to.
I think it's really hard to get out of that thinking of chronological order. I know it was for me when I first started learning how to sequence photos. But yeah, I agree. I would want this one to be more of a transition shot and not an opening.
Because our brain is going to put them all together, you know, like subconsciously.
Yep.
But I think you've layered this nicely. I think it has great lines.
Yep.
And then I love this detail. This lets us know where you're going.
I like all the stripes.
I love the hand. I love this woman-owned business. You know, like all of this is great.
Yeah, there's a lot of information in this shot, and even depth with the reflection. So yeah, I really like this.
I really like this too. And then you have I do feel like as we're going through, you've got a good visual variety. I love, you know, the way your son is right here, like this, he's a little scared stare. I think you've utilized the mirrors really well. And I think that's hard because there are a lot of mirrors. I love this.
I was going to say my favorite part of this is the menu.
But I mean, even having this and this little bit of barber here.
Yeah.
All of these little
There's
bits.
so much depth.
Yeah. Lots of really good elements to the story. I'm going to ignore that one. And then I think you did a really good job as far as framing them through here, because you have a lot of, this is a lot of stuff back here, you know? So I think the one layer, the him, the her, I don't mind that they're merging too much. You know? It doesn't bother me. I love all the chords here.
I love the photos on the back wall and the funny one on the top right.
It looks like a Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, it looks like Norman Rockwell. Yeah.
And then you've got another nice detail too in here that I think is, but I like being able to see, you know, them in the background too.
Yep.
Keep on going. And then this is really nice. I mean,
I like this one.
I like seeing the bit of you here. I like all of the lines through here. They're leading my frame through. So this is all really nice.
Yep, I agree.
mean, and what a nice clean cut that is.
Right.
Jay's going to get his haircut today too. So. And then again, like you've used your layers really nicely, like of shooting through.
Yeah.
Here, like I think you could get a little tighter. Like Dad's knee right here is a little weird looking.
Yep.
And a lot of these ones, like for this one and even this one, I would play around with where my focus laid. Like for some I would shoot here and some I would have it on his face. And some I would be here and I would be here, because sometimes I'm not sure which one I'm actually going to like better in post.
Yep, I agree. The lollipop.
The end of the cut,
Oh my God, I love his shirt. Okay, I absolutely okay. So like Godfather is like one of my all-time favorite movies of all time.
Loves it too. I don't know.
Oh my God. Like I was just thinking the other night, like I haven't watched it in like such a long time. And I'm like, okay, it's time to binge watch them all because oh my God, I like love them.
I made James start watching last night. What is it, like Mermaids or something with Winona Ryder and Bear or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, but I like passed out. I was so tired.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're using your layers really well in this.
Really well. Yeah.
So
there's so much depth from the mirrors and you totally nailed that. So great job.
Yeah, really, really great job.
Great awesome work. Yeah, really great week.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, Christine, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
Hey, Christine, how's it going? I love this image.
I love this. Yeah. Yep. And I love where you got for this because I always struggle with the, like when they're playing stuff on the TV, like I don't have a good spot to get, especially when they're all like facing it. And anyway.
Yeah.
So I love that you were able to get above the TV.
Yeah. I mean, I think the shooting down angle, I love everyone's face is like cheering. We know that they're playing Guitar Hero. Like we can see the guitars in their hands. We can tell that they're excited. I think all of that, I think you've got so many layers and visual elements through here that this is really, really nice. This looks like fun too.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Okay, so we're just going to look through these and then we'll come back and talk about them.
Okay.
And this is them opening up all their school supplies, organizing them, putting them in their backpack. That's the story. Okay.
Okay, first of all, I love that you captured this part of school supplies because I know I, for myself, can remember when I got my new school supplies and like getting them and opening them and putting them in my backpack and all that stuff. So great job on this. Like just in shooting this story from the beginning, like great job in like thinking to document this part of it. I know a lot of us document like the actual shopping part.
Or the day of school, and which I love all of those.
All of those. But I think this is also great because literally this took me back to my childhood immediately. So, okay.
And like wrapping the books,
Yeah. Yeah. The paper on the books. Yeah. They don't do that anymore, right? I don't know. My kids don't go to school. So.
No, every once in a while they like my kids' schools, they've made them, like a few years ago, but sometimes they have these like plastic things you can put over top. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So come here, Lou. I mean, what a great composition of this. You did a really good job making sure that her head was not going through her head. Come here, Lou. And I love all of the hands.
Yeah, I do too.
Like all of these arms is just really, really nice. It's exposed nicely. Like this is great.
I agree.
And then you've gotten pulled back some, so you have a little bit tighter, you pulled back. I love being able to see the stack.
Yeah. It's blatantly obvious what they're doing.
Yes.
Like, yeah,
totally. And again, exposed nicely. I like the colors. I like their interaction.
I can totally hear your dog breathing.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's just funny.
We're like needy today. I don't know
it's all right. It's totally funny. I can't hear him anymore.
My nerves.
It's like just all of a sudden. That's funny. Anyway, okay, sorry.
Okay. And then you've gotten a nice, like you've stepped back and you've gotten a nice walk. And so I love that you've stepped back. I think I almost wish if you could have been like a step or two further back. I want to see all this.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. I mean, I think they're lit well enough. Oh, you've got the door right here. I'm sure you can play around with the door.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you could still step back and you know how you can like tweak and get that door out. Because I do feel like this is distracting. And so maybe if you're stepping back and angling down a little bit, just to get a little bit of a wider, to give us we know where you're at. But I guess for me, when I'm doing a story, I really, really love those big wides. And I didn't realize it until it was almost like Nancy Borowick. And then I think it was Jones who would be like, Angela, you need to get some super wides,
Yeah.
And then after that, that's something I really find myself doing and really loving is these super, super wides.
Yep.
Yeah. And then really great vantage point. Like, I love that you're shooting down. I love all the colors. I mean, how many markers do we need at school?
Right. Yeah.
Which they really use. Yeah. I feel like
I really like this shooting down and getting all of the markers and crayons. And I love all the colors in this as well. I love the tension and the grabbing. Like, this is a great moment.
And like this one that's ripped open, like these ripped open ones are really nice to show sort of the process.
Yep.
And then really, really great like moment. I love the smile. I love the holding of the pencil pouch.
Yep. I like this one.
Yeah. You've done a really, really great job. Yeah.
And I really like this one too, with putting them in the backpack. Yeah.
I think this one could be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think it's like almost this very quiet moment. And I do like the softness.
Yep.
All of this, it seems like it feels tender to me.
Yep.
Then I love all the stuff, I always feel like that first day you're like loaded down with mess and stuff.
It's like I can smell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can smell it. Like, great job with this whole series. Really good job. And it's such a small mundane thing that you wouldn't think
of doing.
You wouldn't think it would like trigger all these emotions, but this story has triggered so many feelings and emotions inside of me getting ready to go to school. Like, for real.
Well, and it makes me want to document doing that.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm really enjoying. And I really like this one too. I do feel like this and this are saying the same thing.
Yep, I agree.
In the story, but I still really like both of them. So I can see why you had trouble like narrowing it down, because I think you have a lot of strong images in this set. And because you're also telling a story within the same space, I think sometimes that's always really like, that's hard.
It's hard.
Just in one spot. But this is really, really
nice. You totally rocked this.
You rocked it. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome job.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Samantha, we're going to give you some feedback on your final week.
Hey, Samantha, how's it going? Okay. I love this moment.
Yeah.
I love how she is framed in between the two.
I agree.
Bushes.
And I like the little bit of blur of the hula hoop.
I do too.
It's not too much blur. It's not frozen. It's just the right amount of blur.
Yeah. And it's a really clean image.
It is a clean shot.
Very clean image. I think my only suggestion is I would have gotten a little lower. So that she is more in this frame. Like, maybe could I have had the hoop here? I don't know, depending on how low I got.
Right.
And that
is that a gnome in the back, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love the gnome. And even he's in a clean spot.
Yeah. And then if you've gotten a little lower and gotten a little tighter, we would, maybe think about this, sort of like overexposed spot through here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really
it's
nice.
A gorgeous bush plant thing on the right with the white flowers.
Yeah. We have these a lot where I live.
Do you? We don't have them.
I don't know what they're called, but we do have a lot of them.
I don't have them. Okay. Sorry, Samantha.
You might know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know what
Okay,
it
find
is.
out what it is, because I don't know what it is. I think it's really cute.
Yeah.
And it should go in my back garden.
It should. It would look in your back garden.
Right.
So, yeah, really, really nice moment with this. I do like this, the hand movement
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then the series is making waffles. So we're gonna
Okay.
just look through them and then we'll talk about them.
Okay.
Okay. I think let's discuss the black and white and color. What are your thoughts about that?
I prefer it one way or the other.
So I also prefer it one way or the other. And I know someone had asked a question and I had discussed and actually cited some examples of mixing black and white and color on a series. And it is really, really
difficult. Yeah, I think it's really difficult.
And I think almost always the series that work well with mixing it are not purely documentary. They're almost this more narrative or fine art, or like Matt Ike is documentary, but
it's more ambiguous and more fine art like.
Yes. And I think his work is more ambiguous and not as literal.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, I think whenever you're going from black and white to color, especially in documentary work in a series, it's taken me out of it. Like, I feel like we're telling a different story when you go from black or white to color. My brain is like, oh, this is a new story. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, it's not. It's the same story. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're probably just not happy with the light in the kitchen. So either just decide to make it color or make it black.
Yeah.
I think this is a really great sort of scene setter of like, hey, we're about to bake, you know, and you know, I love seeing.
But honestly, Samantha's color images, even in artificial light, they're toned so well. Like,
so
they're really beautiful.
And it would be beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you have,
because I think she has nice windows in that area, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but for me during the daytime, a lot of the time when I'm in my kitchen, actually in my house, most places, usually this light's off. I don't have any light, but I have a lot of window light. I don't have any lights on in the house. It's all just natural light.
Yeah.
And then I love that you've gotten a detail here.
You know, I do too.
I love the whisk. I love the measuring spoons and cups and all of those things.
I do too. And I like the contrast of that black and white specifically.
I would love to have seen if you have a recipe, like what's that recipe?
Especially if that recipe has handwriting on it, someone's handwriting.
And then that helps us know, because I know you're making something, but I don't know if it's waffles, you know, like sometimes you have the box and, you know, so I just know there's something, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I really want waffles now.
My husband loves waffles.
Waffles and pancakes, man.
And then I love, like, I think this is a beautiful, you know, very clean shot of her eating the waffles. And again, I'm not sure these are waffles still, you know? So I think that having something else added in there so we know that it's waffles, or if it's just that she's, you know, we've just made.
I want to see some mess. Like, if this all feels very clean. Maybe there's messy photos somewhere in the set.
Did it drip on next to this? Because like drips everywhere. And like, are you putting it in a waffle maker? Like, I love that opening of the waffle maker, you know, and sometimes it oozes over the side. Did the kids help you with this? You know, like if so, were they?
Did the kids get food on their, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels very clean. Waffles aren't clean in my house.
They're not clean in my house, even when I make them.
Yeah, even when I make them, I make a mess. Okay.
I do love this.
I love that cup. It's so cute.
I love this vantage point that you've got here. I love this mid bite. I'm glad that you actually focused on this instead of her like shoving food in her mouth, you know? Like, I think your choice of focus is really great with it.
I agree.
And then I love that you've gotten a wide, you know, through here. mean, you could technically do a whole series of like your dining room table of the girls at the dining room table, because I think it's a place that you're there a lot because you eat 3 meals a day. And also it has really great light.
Yeah.
I love her pouting.
Yep.
I love,
I love this sweater on the back of the chair. Somebody gives hints that someone is there, someone besides them. And I really like that.
And I want to see the syrup. Like, I haven't seen syrup yet either, which I think is a huge thing with waffles.
Maybe they don't use syrup.
They might not.
I don't know. I don't eat syrup on mine, but my kids do. Now I will put peanut butter and spray whip and chocolate chips and powdered sugar. I'm a waffle connoisseur, FYI. You didn't know that about me.
Very, very interesting.
Yes. A gluten-free waffle connoisseur. Yeah. Mickey waffles at Disney, by the way. Okay, sidetrack. Sorry.
Yeah. This is really great.
Yeah, I really like this.
I love even the layering of the cups and the repetition of the color. I think you could easily underexpose it a half a stop. I do think that they're hot all through the sides of their faces. Yeah. And I think that would create really nice fall off through here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love this moment. I love her.
I really love the tones in this. Like, I really love the tones.
Like, all of her tones are very buttery.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really beautiful.
And I do love that you shot this from shooting down. I really like this.
Yeah. I mean, I love this sync image in general.
Which we totally love sync images. Yeah. And this is like almost a mess, but she's already washed the dishes. I need to see a mess, Samantha.
Yes. We love messes. We really
mess. But yeah, this is great. I really like this one too.
I do too. And I really love this in black and white. Like,
I do too. It works really well.
It looked like if you did the whole thing in black and white.
Yep.
Because the tones of the black and white are really beautiful too.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Really, really great.
Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong either way, color or black and white on this. So
the toning on both are really beautiful.
Both are really nice. Yeah. Great job.
Great job.
All right. Hey, Anique, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
How's it going? Oh my gosh.
This is the single story, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then I just want to say, because it's the last week, I am so loving where you're going with your photography. I love this very like Eggleston approach that you have with your work. I think it's just really cool and inspiring. So I really enjoy it.
I agree.
I think this is a great story and an image. I mean, I love, I don't know if that's a crab pot or a minnow pot. It looks like a minnow pot to me.
I have no clue. But yeah, I like
crab pots are usually square. Minnow pots, it's weird because they almost kind of go inside of themselves and they're usually circular. They have a hole, so that's why I'm thinking.
I gotcha.
But is this an apple right here? Do you see that?
I thought the same thing, and I was like really wondering if that was an apple. So if we both thought it was an apple, maybe it is an apple.
It's probably an apple. I'm sorry. I'm drinking like a smoothie that's like weirdly purple for breakfast this morning.
Well, I'm just sitting here picking at my lip. So, I mean,
they always get us so right.
I know. I'm like, I swear, I never thought I had ADHD until I like started doing these critiques. And I'm like, I feel like I'm like bouncing all over the place. And like, and then when I have to watch them back, I feel like I'm like, Lindsay, get it together. Like, I'm totally focused, but I can't sit still. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I feel like a spaz. But anyway, sorry, Anique. Let's get back to your photos.
I think this has really, really great lines. I love it in black and white. I think it has this nostalgic feel to it that it could be now, or it could have been 20 years ago.
Totally agree.
We can't tell that with the image, and I think that that's really, really beautiful. I like that they're silhouetted. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Okay,
and tell us if that is an apple.
Yes, we want to know. For your series, we're just going to go through and look at them once, and then we'll come back and talk about them. And I already told Lindsay what they were about.
Yep.
And so she also said that one with the the horse, like the carousel horse. It was like the guy had a lot of them, so she thinks she might go back and ask him for pictures.
That would be interesting.
Totally should. Like to me, he would be like a person of interest that I would ask if I could,
Yep, I agree.
Like do an environmental portrait. What's his space look like? What's this story? Like I'm super curious.
I agree. That would be like a fun project to work on.
So I'm curious as why you decided to put this in black and white. I think this is my biggest question. I would really like to see it in color. I think just because I feel like when I think about toys, I don't know, it's like I want to see them in color, and I feel like that it's going to give us, like, especially with this one, the color's going to add depth within it. Where right now I feel like the toning is some of these get lost.
Yep. It's almost like they're blending in.
Yeah. And I don't want them to blend in because this is your story and your compositions are so strong without this throughout this entire set.
Yep.
Even this, like the, like that sort of orange.
The spiral. Yeah.
Of the ball with the green of the grass. Like what a great, color contrast that you've got going on. And right now it sort of just blends in.
Yep.
And I don't know, maybe that's your intent. But yeah, I would really like to see these in color. I mean, this one I love too. Like these, these very simple.
Yeah, you've composed these really well.
They're so beautiful.
And it's creating a story out of found objects isn't a simple thing to pull off.
Right.
And I feel like you've done this well. I would like, I think, to see a couple of more, like a really wide shot of place, and then almost like a macro, not necessarily macro, but really tight detail of something.
To where you could easily have it shot down at this tire with this tire to have, even thinking about having these like very ambiguous ones. Like if you see Barbie dolls, like, can you have one where you're just photographing the hair in the grass or just the toes, or something like that. And then I agree, Lindsay, like a super, wide where you've stepped back, or if it's your own house, like, I don't know if you can do this, but at my house, we have this like sun porch and I can actually like lean my head out that window and shoot down almost like a drone. And I love that sort of other vantage point that I'm getting with this.
Because I like this story that this is telling. And this is pretty, this is like a pretty close up shot, but like I want like something even closer than this. And then your wide shot doesn't have to be like specifically in any one particular like yard. It can be any yard. Just show us a like wide shot of something like so it doesn't necessarily have to be a wide shot of each location that you shot these. Just show us a neighborhood where, you know what I mean? What does a neighborhood look like where these things were found?
And that's giving us visual variety. I mean, and even the trampoline, I think, is something that's left in the yard. That's a, thing, or even a, especially a pool, but not an in-ground pool, like those above ground pools. Like I really, love those too.
So. Yeah. And I really like the basketball goal too.
I do too. I love the vantage point of this. Again, I would love to see this, like, is the sky blue? Like I would love to see this like really vivid blue sky.
Yeah.
Okay. Really great job.
All right. Yeah. I think you did a great job telling a story of like these found things, which is, like I said, not an easy task. So great job with that.
Yeah, really nice.
And I would like to see it in color, however you want. If you want to show us that in color, post it in the alumni group.
And we'll look at it. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Michelle, we're going to give you some feedback on your final week assignment.
Okay, so for the story one, we normally just look through and then we'll discuss afterwards.
Yep.
This is like an afternoon at the playground.
Okay.
And then she made a mental note to take this one again for a better composition.
Gotcha.
Okay. I think you have a really great, like, almost visual variety through these. I still would love a wider, like a super wide, you know. But I think this is a great start to the story. Like we're walking to, you know, this I guess would be kind of considered a super wide. This is giving me a sense of place, which is really nice.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
And you're right. I do feel like this is a little bit of a missed moment. But I think you go there again, you're constantly going to get it. But I like that they're holding hands. I love this connection.
Yeah, I like the connection
within the frame.
And anytime, Michelle, you're taking these like you're photographing something and it feels like it didn't work out or you didn't get there in time or whatever, consider them as sketch images. So the next time you go, you're going to be one step up from where you were this go round in your thinking process of like, where do I need to be? How do I need, like, so I wouldn't consider, I consider it sketch images when I have that happen to me so that I don't feel like a failure.
Yeah. I don't ever feel like my images, I'm ever failing at it. And I tell people all the time, it's like, I constantly make crap. Like I make crap all the time. You know, I was just looking for images to submit to a gallery and I was like, wow, I was like, I have an entire year of crap work. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to submit. I have nothing. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I think it's growth and I'm still creating work. But especially these places like Lindsay says that you're going to over and over again, you are going to remember, you know, okay, be here at this time. We usually, you know, especially because we know our family so well and all of their little, you know, habits. Like this one is really great.
I really love the way you composed this and you got him in the clean space. Nothing is merging. Like, I really like this.
I do too. I mean, I think the moment, the movement is really nice.
The expression on his face is so sweet. Yeah.
And it's exposed nicely. Okay.
And I like the bench. I like the inclusion of the bench.
And then another one that I really, really enjoy, like I love the repetition of sort of this shape going on.
It's like exposed really nicely. And then it's like, I really like the element of surprise of him looking at the camera.
Yeah. Like this is a really, really great. I think you can crop a little bit here, like this person.
Yeah, to get rid of that person.
Yeah, I would just pull in a little tighter.
Okay. So with this one, all right, y'all know I'm the focus police. Is focus falling on him or is it falling behind him?
I think it's falling like behind him. I think we're missing him.
That would be my only real. I mean, I don't feel like you need all of the white space on both sides of the frame, but it also balances it. So what do you think, Angela?
I think you could pull in a little tighter, like, you know, but just a little bit. I mean, I love his gaze. I love the way his, you know, like his whole foot processes, you know, placement of his feet. Are, and even the placement of the hands. So I'm really digging on this, all of the body language through here. But you're right. This might even be one that I would have maybe done a vertical and, you know, I'm struggling with verticals just to get a little bit tighter through here. Yeah.
Angela, hang on a second.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay.
Okay. And so I feel like this image and this image are essentially like the same thing.
I agree.
As they're kind of both quiet moments.
And we're about the same distance from him with each one.
I like this one better. I mean, I like both, I think, but I think as a stronger, I think this one is stronger.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. And I think if the, you know, if the brother was here, this would act like an extra, you know, bit. And I don't know if, you know, if the brother is running around or if he's just somewhere else completely, you know, so you're like, I'm never going to get that shot because they're not in the same place at the same time. But then see, you have this where you have them together, which I really, really love.
I do too.
You know, and I love his.
Yeah, you know, I like the way he's looking down at the little brother.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, and then these two both I really love.
Like, yeah, I really like these.
I think they're both composed really nicely.
Mm-hmm. There's so much depth in the one with the youngest. Mm-hmm. There's so much depth into that photo.
Yeah, really
great job.
Really
with this one. Yeah.
I mean, both of these, I really love them.
Yeah. Even and I love that you got low on this.
Yeah. Just great lines through both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like this one too. I like the layers in it. I feel like
there's a little merging here. Like you were just maybe a step back and to the right a little bit.
Yep.
To give this a little bit of space.
Yep.
You know, I mean, and this is one to where you could step back or you could just step to the right and get a little tighter too.
Yeah.
You know? Or you could both depending on, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think either way would have been
down
fine.
The slide. You know, sometimes I feel like their butts like skid across the slide.
Yeah.
Room
to
take more pictures.
Right. There you go.
Okay. And then I really do love this image. And I almost like, I would either want to have my feet in the frame or my feet out of the frame, you know, and I know you made a mental note to make it better. I might do both. I always say how I love having us in the frame. So it's nice to just, you know.
Yeah. I would try this both ways, with your feet in it and without, and see which one you like best. Because I really do like this point of view on, you know, on this.
I do too. I love, you know, the foot placement, all of it. My eyes moving through the frame really nicely. So, I mean, it is composed really well. Like, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and then this is her one image
single story.
I prefer shots that are cleaner and wish the tires weren't cut off. But on balance, I kind of dig it. I totally dig it.
I totally love it.
And it's funny. I love photographing at like I don't even want to call these amusement parks, like these like
carnivals.
Like just absolutely you know, I love all the colors and I love the chaos, and it is really hard because you have lots of colors, lots of moving parts, lots of
I love like how she's even like the whatever the ride is on the back right with the flags, with the US flags, like that's like in just like a perfect spot. Like there's like the ride above it is not converging with the flags. Like that it's really nice.
Like this balances this out, you know. And then I do love this up here.
I do too.
Here. And then I love
all the people.
Mom taking a picture of her kids, you know. I love that you don't have eye contact. They're not cheesy to you at all. They're like, no, we're driving this thing. This is so great.
I love this.
I do too. Really, really nice job. Okay. Great job.
All right, Michelle.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, Rachel, we're going to give you feedback on your final assignment.
Okay, so this is her one image story.
I love a little library, man. Our neighborhood finally put one up and I just adore these things.
I love, you know, that like her hands are in here. He's right there waiting. I love the bike helmet on. I love the game right here. And I like that I can see the street and, you know, the sidewalk and all the lines. I think this is really nice. It's like a, not a full wide, but a kind of wide shot.
Right. You know? We get a good sense of place here.
And I don't mind that I'm seeing the back of her head because I can see his profile.
Right. I agree.
Okay. And then, so we're just going to go through all of these, look at them, and then we'll talk about them.
Okay.
It's a really nice job on getting super wide. Like this is really,
and so much visual variety. Like this is like, I really like how wide you got. Okay. I'm being super picky. Top left corner, whatever that dark little spot is, I would crop that out because it distracts me. It bothers me. And I really like that you can't see Dad's face.
I do too. I really do.
Yeah, I really like this. And I love your backyard. It's so adorable.
I love the chalk wall right here.
Yeah.
made a backyard.
Really cute backyard.
Yeah. Okay. And then I love that you're getting in tighter, I love
that this is a blur. Some of it's blurred. Yeah.
Like the mid swing.
Yeah.
I love, he's right there ready to catch, know. And I think they both have really great space around their head. Which is nice.
And I like the reflection in the window too.
Like that light in the window is
it's really nice.
Yeah. I really love that.
And it's just adding more depth and creating more visual interest instead of it just being a plain black background.
Yeah, because I think her eye moves around the frame a lot, throughout the image.
Yep.
Oh, and then Dad's hitting, which is so super cute.
Yeah. This is adorable.
Yes. And I like that, again, I like your viewpoint through here. We know it's Dad. I love the blur of the ball.
I like seeing Dad with the plastic bat. And again, your backyard is adorable. Okay, sorry. I'm going to move on from the backyard being super cute, but it is. I love those flowers.
And then I
really like this
detail. Like the light is really beautiful. And I love that it's wiffle balls.
Yeah. I really
think that shows an age thing as far as like where you're playing baseball at instead of like not using real balls.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like this detail shot.
Yeah. I mean, and what a great like addition to this set. And then you have this one, which is hilarious, which I just really love.
And I love the line that Dad, son, and daughter all create in this. Like,
my eye moves through the frame really nicely.
Yes.
Yeah. I think this works really, really well with the mix because it's sort of like, we're playing ball, but we're also goofing off.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like, I love that you went inside and photographed from inside to outside.
Yep. Totally agree. And I love where each one of them are, like even the daughter in the very background, like great job even thinking to go inside and shoot from the inside out. And great job where you've micro composed everybody. I really like this
here. Even the ball is like here, and I love seeing the bits of the the
great job with this
stuff like that. This is really nice. Really great idea. Really great
week. Awesome week. This is nice. Like I love this story.
I do too. Okay, see ya.
All right. Hey Morgan, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
Hey Morgan, so we're going to look through these first and then we're going to comment on them after we kind of just look through them. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I really like this motion blur.
I really like this one.
Yeah, this is really nice.
This is really, really nice. And I think this is stronger than this one.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Something about the way the blur is moving through this. I love that, she's in focus, but still kind of blurred. All the colors, the exposure. This is so beautiful. And this is a great opening image. We get it. We know
where you are.
We know what's going on, right there. And then I think to lead into this one is just really nice. Like the anticipation, she's waiting, where are the other people? Is this because it's COVID, like what, but it's exposed nicely. It's composed nicely.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I love her gaze, like over to the, out of the frame.
Yep.
And then you go to this, which is really great too.
And you compose this really nicely too. I love that you got the entire top of the thing. I think it would have been an easy mistake to make to not get all the way to the top of this ride. So I really like that you did that.
I think you could have underexposed a bit because I do feel like it's a little bright through here. But I mean, all of these faces.
Yeah, this is great. Look at the boy second to the
I mean,
yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
And then we get to this, which I get, I mean, because you're doing, like you've got both, you're getting kids in the frame. So I would probably keep both because I would consider both this one and this is both of these would be kind of in that like single kind of portrait category, you know.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I agree. I do love a good motion blur image, you know. And
I
then
really like this.
Yeah, this nice wide of everyone getting ice cream.
Yeah.
And I feel like they all, you know, for the most part, have their own visual space. Like there's a little merging here, but it's not bad.
No.
So I think that's really nice.
Yep.
And then
oh my gosh, look at all the sprinkles.
I mean, the sprinkles, the funnel cake.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I really
wiping
like
his mouth actually. Like I'm so
Right.
excited that they actually are wiping their mouths.
Right.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the tight of this, which
I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this image.
Look at this. Like, I love the way the hands are pinky and the sprinkles on the pinky.
How it's melting. Yeah, I really like it.
And not on the face. Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And like a great detail to this story that you have going on.
I like the
You know what I would love to see is the end of the day.
Yeah. Everybody's tired and ready to go home.
Everyone in the car and there's like food schmegged all over them. Are they having a meltdown as you're dragging them to the car? Like, what does that end of the day look like?
And I love that you shot this one at 2.8. Like, this works really well for 2.8.
Yeah. Yeah, because it like F8, it wouldn't be the same image at all.
Right.
Not telling
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then one friend story, her boys' football game this weekend. This is great.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that you included the ref and the moment that the ref is like yelling or whatever it is the ref is doing. I love the action between all of the boys. The kid that's sitting down on the ground. Yeah, great job. And the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
I mean,
great
nice
job with this.
Separation, great exposure. Yeah.
Yep.
Really, really good job.
Yep.
This was a great week.
Yep. Totally agree.
I totally love this so much.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, Anna, we are excited to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
Hey, Anna, how's it going?
I love this.
I do too.
This could be my car on any given day.
Mine too. And I remember for a long time, I wanted to photograph the inside of parents' cars.
Right.
You know, because I love.
Yeah.
That's always in there, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like right now, it's like I've got like pumpkin spice latte Starbucks cups in my car.
Yeah.
And a ton of face masks and hand sanitizer and water bottles and all, you know, all the things.
all the things. Yeah, this is great. I really love this. And it totally tells the story in one image. Great job.
And I think it's exposed really nicely. Really, really love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for your story, I'm so glad you went to your backyard, and I'm really sorry about your husband. Please apologize to him for us. And we're going to look through all of them and look through this, and then we'll like circle back around.
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, Linz, when you're done looking at this.
Okay, you can turn it. Love this image.
And that smoker thing is like so cool. Does that like help them these out?
I think it sedates them so that they're not supposed to bite you. But obviously that didn't work with her husband.
Oh my gosh, that's like so many bees. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. Okay. I feel like I'm going to be coming back to this a few times.
Yeah,
you know?
Me too. Like, I love this friggin' image. Like, I hope you submit it to something somewhere because I love it.
Yeah. I mean, and this is totally one that I think works really well in the story. We know it's bees. I love that they're in action to where if you see you have this one, you know, on the flower, to me, that's more of like macro. This.
Yeah. And everybody has, even I have the bee on the sunflower. Like, everybody has that shot.
Yeah.
Everybody does not have this shot. And I freaking love it. Love it.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I love this.
Mhm.
I love
Yep.
both of you guys in the frame together. I love seeing
And the bees. Yeah, like I love to see the bees in flight on this, like in front of her leg. Like, yeah,
It's
I really like this.
exposed nicely. I
Mhm.
love seeing the other hive right here too. It balances it
Now
out.
I want bees, man. I'm like,
know.
this is so cool.
It is so cool. I just want
I
to
would-
photograph them. I do not want them.
This is awesome. This is really nice as a vertical.
Yes, this is really beautiful too.
Yeah.
And I think a really great part of the story, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so then you have, I think this one.
Mhm.
So I feel like this one and this one essentially
Mhm.
are saying the same thing.
Yep, I agree.
So I would pick which one you like the best, and it's hard because I like both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I couldn't help you there. But let me go back to your larger because you have those. And so you have this one too, which I think is saying pretty much the same
Yep.
thing too. And maybe take out this one because this is a tight and you have a tight of the bees here.
Mhm.
And maybe, you could have a wider like this, or even like this one seems interesting too. Like I can't tell.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think either one is really I think they both work. So either one you decide you want to use, I think is totally fine.
yeah.
I do kind of like the depth in this, in that you can really see
Like
how many bees are really there.
Yeah. And then I love this. Like this is
Yeah, I do
composed
too.
so nicely. I love both sets of hands. I love being able to see the face right here. This is really, really
Totally agree. Yeah.
beautiful frame.
Hmm.
And then I love seeing the hands in this. I love the face being anonymous. I love this like, triangle of bees. I mean, that's crazy. Right here.
Yep. I really like this one too. I like that we don't see his face. Like I really like that.
And then I think this is another great shot. It's a good process of what you guys are doing,
Yep. I think this would have been an easy moment to not photograph, to skip. And I love that you thought to capture this part of it.
Yes, I agree. And I would almost love to see the honey in the jars at the end.
Yep.
Too.
To complete the story.
Yep. And I think a portrait of you and your husband in that space would be nice. I mean, I would continue and photograph this a bit because this is your backyard. It's something you guys do. And it's a really great story.
It is a great story.
So to just, think about just getting a few more images, or if there is a process, once you have the honey, what do you do with it? Like where that next step? Like I would really like to see that.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Really great job, Anne.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Andrea, we are going to give you some feedback on your week 4 final assignment.
Hey, Andrea, how's it going?
Okay, this is the single story image, right?
Which I love. I mean,
I love this.
This face is like,
yeah. I really like this.
Yeah. I mean, I love Dad on the phone. I love the beer. I love the wine glass. You know, all of it is typical, like end of the day.
Yeah.
And we know it's the end of the day because most of the time we don't have wine for breakfast.
Right. Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. But I mean, I think the crop on the husband is really nice.
Yeah,
too.
I do like this.
I mean, I think you've got lots of triangles going on through here.
Yep.
Great story. Okay, so for this, we're just going to look through all of them and then we'll talk about them after we look through them. Really, really great opening image. This tells me this is where you're going.
Where we are. Yep. Great job with this.
I think it's a nice wide. It tells me, that, well, it says you're on an island, but I like being able to see the water and the space and all of that. It's composed nicely. It's exposed nicely.
Yep. I agree. With this one, I think I would like to have seen you get in the center of the boardwalk and get down lower and shoot up at her.
See, I think for this one, this could, because I think this is telling the same story essentially as this one is.
Right. Yeah.
So you could essentially pull it out.
Yep.
I mean, and I feel like you have stronger ones.
Yep. I agree.
I love this, you know, I love the
And
movement.
I like the lady in the back that's looking the other way. Like, yeah, this is like a much stronger image. I love
the lines.
Yes.
I love that you got low, like really nice. And then I love that it leads into death, which
I love this one.
Yes. I mean, I love
great job.
Putting the what are those called?
Sand dollars.
Sand dollars. I mean, I love this placement of her arms. I love all of the movement. Really, really.
I love that you're in it. Yeah. Like I love this.
Yeah. Because you're such a part of this story because it's just you two together. And it's really nice to know that you're there.
Yep.
And then you lead into the picking up the seashells, which I love that these are in focus. This is a little distracting. I don't know what that is. And then like this one is like, I love
this. And I love that light on her face
too. I love that she's holding her bag with her seashells up.
Yeah, I really like this too.
I really, really like this too. Like I almost want a tight of this too, you know, to have this like, because
that
bizarre,
light,
right? You know, she's kind of holding up a plastic bag over to her face with a bunch of seashells, you know, like it's quirky and it's cute and it would add this sort of level of mystery to your frame.
I agree.
But I mean, composed beautifully, exposed beautifully. And then I
love this.
I know you said that
hair
more of the sandwich. I don't care at all. Like
I love this.
Like I love it dripping from her face. It's all over. I mean, I love seeing the way the wrapper is like, you know, how we're eating and it's like pulled back. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I love this. I love how tight you are in this.
I do too. Really, really great frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did a really great job.
Great job.
I mean, by yourself, and I totally agree. I have taken my kids out on a boat before and actually been with my husband, and I've gotten like 2 pictures because it's like us and 4 kids on a boat, and I get seasick, so it was a hot mess. Yeah. So.
Awesome job.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Kerry, we're going to give you some feedback on your last assignment. And there goes Siri again, thinking I said Siri every single time I say Kerry. That's what it does. Okay, sorry, Kerry.
Kerry, I love that you are.
Okay, I can't hear you, Angela.
Can't hear me? That's super.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Kerry,
I didn't hear anything you said up until you said, can you hear me now?
Okay.
So
I'll start over. I was saying how I'm really excited for Kerry to like continue her growth in documentary photography. Yeah. She was saying how much she likes it. And we're always like,
yes, absolutely.
When people like what we like.
Yes.
Okay. So I love, we've seen this before, but I really like being able to see it big like this. Because I feel like I'm noticing this.
Yeah. Well, being a mother whose daughter adores horses, and like, this is just gorgeous. Like, I just love this horse, and I just love the moment, and then the straw or the hay hanging out of its mouth. It's just lovely.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I really love the eye contact of the horse.
I do too.
Yeah. It's just a really, really beautiful image.
I agree.
So how do you feel about the boots at the bottom?
I do wish the rest of her boot was in the frame.
I do too. Yes.
But that's me being super critical, I think.
Yes, me too.
Because in the grand scheme of things, I love this image.
Yeah.
Like, print this.
Print this. Yeah. It's so, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so for her story, it's sort of a day at camp, and Kerry, we're going to go through all the images, and then we'll start talking about them once we kind of scroll through them.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, and I also know when you were talking about this, Kerry, that we all do this. We photograph for a story, and then we go home and we look at it, and then we're like, oh, I should have gotten this, and this.
But it's a great learning experience on, so the next time you go to photograph a story, you're going to be like mindful of those images that you missed in this one.
Yeah.
So it's a great practice lesson.
Yeah. And when I'm having to shoot for the paper or for, you know, someone else who really wants a story, then I carry like a little stick-it note with me. So I have the list of shot ideas.
Yeah. Or I'll make the list and then take a photo of the list. So I don't actually have to carry the photo, but I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I can look at I don't know what's going on with my desk. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm at stick-it note. So that stick-it note will be like in my pocket or like in my camera bag if I'm carrying that, something like that. So then I can just constantly go back to that list.
Yep.
So I love this, you know, image as far as like this detail of, you know, these are what she's wearing at the horse camp. I wish the boots were there because I think the boots are a part of it. But I agree. I think it's composed nicely. I like the light. I like all of these things.
I agree.
And so I do feel like this one and this one are telling the same story.
I like this one best of the two.
I do too.
Because for me, the hair being pulled back in a low ponytail braided is like classic horse riding hair. Yeah, right. I have to do Olivia's hair every Monday morning. So,
and putting socks on could be getting ready for school, you know,
right.
Like, I think this could be anything. And this is, I mean, I love that you shot.
I mean, this could still be anything, but yet it still leans more towards the horse riding stuff. So,
and it's in this series. So we you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then I love this sort of like still life of all this stuff, you know, I think too. It's a really beautiful image too. I think it's composed nicely as well. Lindsay, you're frozen. I can only see like, you're like this.
What is wrong with my internet? Okay.
Okay, you're better now. You're better.
Okay, am I good? And I'm even on the good internet, so I don't know what it's doing. Okay. Yeah, I really like this like found still life shot, and I like it in white too.
I do too, and I really love found still life. It's one of my favorites. Like this has like I love the like the tension. I love both of them during their chores. I love that you like I like that I can't see their faces. It's sort of this anonymous. I do wish they were in focus and not.
Yeah, I agree.
This.
I like the layers, and I like that the layers are creating like a line through the frame.
Yeah, I mean it's a really, really nice frame.
Yeah.
And then this one is great. I mean, I think
I agree.
I love her face. I love, you know, she's snapping, she's putting it all on. We know what she's doing, you know.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. And this really, I think, is a great part of the story.
Yep. And I think it works really well in black and white too. The light's nice.
And then riding the horse.
So cute.
And again, okay, so we're seeing black and white and color. And then, you know, we've definitely shown some examples of projects that work with black and white and color. And Lindsay is pretty much all black and white, all color. Is that how you feel? Do either?
Yeah, for the most part. I think it's just, it pulls me out of the story when it swaps from black and white to color for the most part. And we talked about it in another critique earlier that in documentary photography, it gets really kind of tricky to go from black and white to color. What are your thoughts, Angela?
Yes, I think so too. And I think the photographers who have done this well are almost like what I would call like a hybrid. It's almost like their work is a little ambiguous and mysterious, and and almost fine art like. And so I think
it's less literal.
Yes, and I think it works really well for some of their projects. I haven't seen a documentary photographer like pure, you know, like the Adario or any of those people ever mix. It's one or the other. So you know, pick one and roll with it, and just.
And can I say, I love this horse's mane. It is half blonde and half black.
I mean, yeah, it looks,
yeah.
Do you think they
like,
got it?
No, like, look at his spots though. Like
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Okay, sorry.
I like this, whatever you're shooting through, this sort of
through the fence.
Yeah, I do like this added.
I've had to shoot many a times through those fence lines. Like you're trying to get low, but then you can't get all of the horse's feet. Like I totally relate to this image so much as a photographer because this is hard. It's hard to get a well-composed shot through those daggum horse fences. This light is gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, and I love this little bit of the detail. Like this is really, really nice too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that game? Spot It? Is that Spot It? We used to play Spot It, the kids.
I think we
used to always play Spot It.
And I
think that's what it's called. I think it's called Spot It.
I mean, you did a really, really great job. And you can always go back the next time one of your kids has some sort of or anything and just use this practice, like the constant practice of storytelling is just going to help you become a better photographer.
So. Absolutely. 100%. Great job. I love this story.
I do too. See ya.
Bye. Hey, Emilie, we're going to give you some feedback on your final assignment. Bump, bump, bump.
Hey, Emilie. Okay. Let me see here. I love the movement in this.
I do too.
I love that I can see like both her eyes. Everything's like through.
I love the stuff hanging on the wall.
Yep. And like the piece of hair on her face.
Yep. I love the wallpaper on the right. Yeah. I love and the white balance doesn't bother me on this.
It doesn't bother me too. It's definitely like kind of.
I can't tell.
I would try and toy around with it being in black and white too with this one, just because I feel like all of the tones are very similar. And I'm wondering, because they're so similar, if you couldn't put it in black and white and kind of bump up the contrast and dodge her here, if that would add some depth.
Yeah.
For it.
Yep.
So just play around with that, but really, really nice.
Yeah, I love this.
After bath time shot.
Yep.
Okay, so the going to the bottling plant, which I think is the coolest thing ever.
Right.
And we're gonna look through them and then we'll talk about them.
Sounds good. We don't have this.
We don't
like here.
I mean,
like, so you like go and drop off all your bottles and get like for recycling. I'm thoroughly intrigued by this.
So my mom used to do this with cans when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And then I know when it's trash day and like people are putting out all their like stuff, there's always some guy driving around in a truck picking up any like metal.
Yep.
To do that.
Very interesting.
I think I feel like you've done a really great job at hitting a lot of the points within this story.
I agree.
I mean, to me, this is like your opening shot right here. And this is, I love.
Yeah. Like you composed this really well.
I mean, I love the reflection. I love the rain. I love all the colors. Like this is really beautiful.
Yeah. This is really nice.
This tells us everything. Yep. And then you could lead on to, second this, clearly you're dropping off the bottles, got them in the black trash bags. You've composed it nicely. I think it's lit well. All of it looks really good.
Yeah. And I like how dark that is, like the background and everything in the garage. Like the light's really nice. Yeah. Me too. Mine's just a hot mess.
We don't have one. We just have a basement that floods. And then we get to this, where we're inside. I mean, then he's like plugging.
And like the fact that he's pulling his nose is like the greatest thing ever. Yeah. So
this place smells bad.
Does it stink? Yeah.
But all of these other, because you got wide enough, I love that I can see all the bottles.
I love the old the 7-Up like drink machine on the right. Yes.
Oh,
See that? Yeah, that's nice.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, so I think this, this shows us, okay, this is where we're at. Now we're in here, but it's.
And I love that you included the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
Boat.
All right, love you. Be careful.
Sorry, Emilie. It's afternoon and it's chaos at my house right now. I don't even know how many kids are in my house right now, but anyway. Okay.
Quiet. And I made them give all the animals baths, so they're mad at me for that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another one, like I love. So you went from like super wide, a little tighter inside, and then you got super tight
with
a little bit of action, which is.
And I love that we can see all of these bottles, like,
the milk, the kefir, all the things.
Yeah, I agree.
And I love all the little fingers as a part of it.
Yes. And this right here is so classic childhood. This is like when we have to go to the bank and my kids are like, give me a sucker, give me a sucker. It's like they've never had a sucker before. So this is just like classic childhood.
Mm-hmm. And I think you've composed this really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like, I don't mind this foot chop or any of this at all. Like, I like that
I don't either.
You don't see him. He's anonymous, but we know he works there,
Yep.
And then I love this hand. And then I love your daughter where she's got the lollipop. I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, you've done a good job with these things, which could be super distracting if they're going through his face.
Yeah.
So, there's
great job micro composing that.
Yep.
Love this.
And then the lollipop. And we know you're still in the bottle depot, so this is still, still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Monday.
Yeah, I really like this too. This is like a great, like, like portrait,
portrait. Yeah.
Great job.
Great into the story too,
Yeah. And I like the depth that we can see outside of the store. It just creates more visual interest.
It's almost balancing because of like the dark, and all of that.
Yeah.
I think that helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a great story. I really enjoy this.
Yeah. Great job with this.
Yeah. Good job. Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Hello, Deborah. We are going to give you some feedback on your final assignment.
Yay. Okay. I love s'mores.
Yeah.
I think this totally says everything.
Yeah.
We know what they're doing. I love like this little kid's hand wanting to touch the stick. I love all of the leaning in. In, totally.
I do too.
And then I'm digging on this, like, light and smoke.
Yeah.
Too.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think
this is a great s'mores campfire, although it's not a campfire, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like this.
I do too. Yeah. I mean, I think you worked where it wasn't this sort of like a dull moment, which it can easily be, going on. Okay. One, I never realized that beaches were closed up north because of sharks. Like this is
I didn't know that either.
This is a new thing for me, like seeing the shark flag. We just have like
we don't have that.
Flag.
You just get eaten by a shark here if you get eaten by a shark. Like,
well, it's Florida.
I guess so. Nobody cares. We go out there anyway, like a bunch of idiots. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That is like really interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have.
I would appreciate a flag.
That would be nice. But they're more in Hatteras. Like Hatteras, there are definitely some sharks. There was a manatee up here recently, which is so bizarre.
Manatees are like my spirit animal.
Yeah.
I adopted a manatee when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, I really love them.
I love them. Like if I see a manatee in the wild, I literally freak out because it is like me finding, like, it's like magical and I just love it. Seriously, I have a whole thing for manatees.
Hold on, Rose, what was it that you asked the other day? And it was manatees. She was like, what is an animal that's like a hippopotamus?
Oh, I said, what's an animal like a hippopotamus, but with, that's like, has
with like no legs or something like that.
Right.
It has fins, and we like I was like, a rhinoceros, and she was like, no. And then I was like, oh, a manatee. I don't remember.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I said it. It's like a hippopotamus, but has fins and swims in the water.
Oh yeah. So
there you go.
Okay, sorry, Deborah. We really sometimes.
Yeah, sorry, Deborah. Sometimes we just go off on things. So yeah. Okay. Well, I think we need shark flags, but okay.
Yeah. And I think this is a great like opening.
Yeah.
Shot,
like Shark Week.
That's exactly what I think. I think it's
Shark Week.
Critical. I think it's exposed nicely. I love that all of the flag is in all of the sky. I love seeing the lifeguard back here.
I do too. I really like the lifeguard. That like stood out to me.
And then you have a really nice wide. And again, so you go from there are sharks to a ton of people on the beach.
Now look at all the people on the beach, and there's nobody in the water.
Nobody in the water, I mean, just such a great like secondary image that
this is like just so interesting to me. Because in Florida, we're in the water with the sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, like we even have like a breeding ground. It's a hammerhead breeding ground off of the north end of the island. And they don't like I'm gonna have to like research this. Like I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, I am too. And again, this is another one that I think is exposed nicely.
Yeah, the colors are like just
the colors are beautiful. I sort of love the split of the frame of the people.
I do too.
The no people.
Yep. And here we are playing at the beach, and we can't get in the water. Like I just love this.
Well, and then you like move into getting a little tighter, right? So I definitely am seeing all this really great visual variety. This is another one. I think it's exposed nicely. I think you probably could have been a little lower, give his head here. But again, I think, it's always hard, even when sometimes I'm holding my camera low and I'm like stressed out about like sand and
at the beach.
All of these things.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I love the guy in the back.
I do too, playing with the sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't build a sandcastle? And it doesn't matter how old you are, you go to the beach and you build a sandcastle.
Well, and it's like a great triangle of all three of them in action. Yeah. And I do think there's a good amount of space, like as far as like layering between them and all of these people in the background.
I agree.
Yeah, which is another addition, it's just adding another layer to the story.
Yeah. It's like you never grow up.
I mean,
and then we have her, and like how many of the women are sitting at the beach, like covered up in sunglasses and hat. Like, oh my gosh, I love her, and I love the colors. I love her. Yeah,
and this
is a great photo.
Like the balance of like the purse here. Like, I hope you put this. So
I freaking love her.
Yes. Like when I was scrolling through these and I saw this and I was just
yeah, I love her.
Why don't I why doesn't my grandmother sit at the beach so I could photograph her like this?
Like this.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. I really like that. And this is really good too. Love your micro composing on this as far as getting everybody. Well, we've got the one guy with the hat that's kind of merging with the horizon line, but everybody else is like, they're not converging with the horizon line, which I love. I love seeing all the boats. Are they shark fishing? I wonder.
I'm sure they're just fishing, because if the sharks are there, there's got to be food, right?
Right. So I'm really curious now
for whatever the sharks are.
Yeah. Because like here we shark fish off of the beach.
And then you eat
shark? I don't know what they do with them. Shark fin, they eat shark fin. I don't know either.
I do like this, sort of like the paddle board here.
Yeah, I do too.
All of these other little details. This is really nice.
Yeah. This is cute.
Yeah. And then the sharks right here,
You could save a life. I really wonder what that sign says. Like, I'm just so intrigued.
Severe bleeding, first aid.
If you have been bitten by a shark, we had the flag up, and you shouldn't have been in the water in the first place.
I mean, it's not funny at all. But I mean,
strictly no entry. It's a first aid hut and it says strictly no entry.
I mean,
what?
Yeah. I mean,
Emergency phone. We'll call 911 automatically. Oh my God, severe bleeding, first aid call.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, like
hilarious.
this whole place is like amazing.
Oh,
strictly no entry. It is like a hospital on the beach, but it says no entry. If you have severe bleeding, you just need to call 911. We don't know why we did all this on the front of a hut that you couldn't go into as a first aid. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is such a great story.
I love this story. I'm thoroughly intrigued.
I need to go to.
I
don't even know where. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I am thoroughly intrigued by this whole
that's gonna
situation.
Be my next summer, so we're gonna go to Shark Beach.
Yes, yeah. I am really intrigued. So, excellent job. You have captured our attention and intrigued our minds, and I can't think of anything more you should have done. Yes. I mean, you totally rock this.
I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.